Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today will be a little bit of a... oh god, I'm crying. This video is emotional. So today will be a little bit of a messy type of video, almost a vlog I would say, because if you guys are following me on social media, you guys know that I have been struggling a little bit, to say at least, with with my hair dye type of situation, because Garnier decided to basically not sell my hair dye here in Sweden anymore. And you guys have been so sweet and kind, and even offered to send me hair dye from your countries. There was a girl in Holland that wanted to send me hair dye, several in Australia, several in England, and I am so grateful. Like, thank you so much. But I kind of felt like, even though that would have been very easy, I feel like I needed kind of a long-term solution for this, because that would have only been temporary. Like, I cannot ask you guys to send me hair dye every single time I need to dye my hair. So yeah, this video is basically a video where I show you guys the process of finding my new hair dye, the same exact shade but a different brand. I will also show you guys how I solve my shade matching problems with my extensions and with my own hair, because sometimes when you dye your extensions, the extensions can be a lot cooler than your hair color, so there might be a shade difference there, but I will show you all of that in this video. So yeah, not only will you guys see me fail, because I will fail a couple of times in this video, and I will actually explain to you what I wouldn't do and what I would recommend to you guys if you want my hair color, because it surprisingly, which I can't even believe that so many people want my hair color. I mean, but anyways, that is why I'm doing this. God, I'm crying again. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So we're first starting out by prepping our workspace with newspaper and plastic. The reason for why I'm putting out newspapers first is because if the plastic would in fact have a small little rip in it, the hair dye would stain my table, and we don't want that. So it's not very beautiful, and it takes about 15 minutes to attach all of this to the table. But it's totally worth it. I could have bought fancier plastic bags though, I'm gonna be honest. I'll totally get the red ones next time, I promise. Also going to buy myself a new coloring bucket, or like mixing cup, or whatever you would like to call it. Mine is so terrible, this brown one. I don't know how many times you guys have seen it. It's embarrassing. So for the first round of hair dye, I used 3 packets of the Schwarzkopf ones and 1 copper shade from Garnier. Now, I didn't want to use anything from Garnier because I don't want to support the brand, but I could not find any other copper hair dye where I shopped, so... and I felt like I needed to mix in a coppery hair dye, because you guys told me on Instagram that the hair dye from Schwarzkopf was a bit like mahogany and purple in the tone, and I always listen to you guys. So if you have been watching any of my other hair coloring videos, you would know by now to always unclip or open up the clips on your extensions before dyeing them. But if you are in case new to my channel, hello and welcome, and always open up the clips on your hair extensions before dyeing them. I would also always recommend to brush your extensions 1 extra time before you start, so that you'll have an even application and then work pretty fast. I also recommend you guys to go out and buy one of these fancy brushes to apply the dye with. The bigger the brush, the better, because that will make the application a lot faster, which we want. Once you have applied all of the dye, quickly give the extensions a bit of a massage or a squeeze, and twist them gently, just to make sure that we actually have hair dye in all of the hair and not missing any spots. You can also tell that I have a little red cloth up in the right corner. I use that to wipe my gloves on whenever I need to, and that won't make things so messy, so I definitely recommend that too. So here's my second mistake of this video. I only left them to process for 15 minutes. I should totally have left them for 35 minutes, but I guess I was tricked by how dark they looked when they were processing, and I was obviously a little bit scared that they would turn into this like dark purpley mahogany color that you guys told me about as well. I then washed them out with lukewarm water, shampoo them, and condition them like I normally would. And imagine a utopia. Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down. Okay, so this was unfortunately the result of the first round of hair dye. I'm not saying that the orange is ugly, but it was not the color that I wanted, unfortunately. Okay guys, your girl is back at it again. I am not really sure if this will work, but if it does, I'll let you know. I'm not sure if any of you blondes out there recognize this, but yeah. If this actually, like, if this works, I'll be so freaking happy. Cross your fingers for me, guys. Look at it. It looks so sad. God, my nails look terrible with all of this like hair dye going on. This is not as dark as I would want it to be, and that's, I mean, that makes a lot of sense because I just, you know, I just applied purple shampoo on it and I then washed it out, and when you wash them you will actually wash out some of the colors, so it's not as like dark as I would like it to be. The shade I'm not extremely mad about because it is similar to this one right now. It is a little bit more muted. It's not as orange as it was, but the only problem is that fall is coming up and I really want something just a little bit darker, and I know that I'm picky and I know that this is not good for my extensions, but I am a perfectionist and I just can't walk around with colors that doesn't complement my skin tone, if that makes sense. So yeah, I guess I will have to go to the supermarket and buy more hair dye anyways, but Okay guys, so I am now home. I've been home for approximately 2 hours. I needed to eat and unpack all of the food that we bought and stuff like that. But anyways, the time is 22:58, so it's about 11 o'clock at night. And I am actually going to dye the rest of the hair today, I feel like, because I also want to show you guys how I did all of this. So I really just want to edit this and just get this done. Anyways, I dyed this volume weft yesterday along with these. However, accidentally actually, I let this process for about 10 more minutes. So I think it processed for about half an hour or something instead of 14-15 minutes. So it actually turned out just the way I wanted it to, except I did have to put on some purple shampoo on it just to cool down the shade a little bit. I just feel like now when I have the perfect shade on this one, I don't really want to risk anything. So I did buy the same exact hair dye, even though I know that this will be a little bit orange in the tone. I can just fix that with purple shampoo. So yes, I don't know if you guys can tell the difference here. This is so orange, I cannot even. But yeah, you can probably tell the difference. This one is a little bit like cooler in the tone, the way I want it, and this is hella orange. Like you guys saw earlier, before I did try to purple shampoo this one as well, but it did not work because it is a little bit lighter than this one, because this one got to process a little bit longer. So it turned out super duper red, and you can't really do anything about it more than, you know, re-dye it. So yes, I will only dye these ones and not that one. I just use this one for reference. So I'm just gonna remove that one. So yeah, I will not do it as fancy as I did yesterday. That was a little bit more of a, I don't know, just to show you guys how I dye my hair usually. I am way too tired to pull out like newspaper. I don't even think that I have any newspapers left and all that plastic, so I'm just going to do this in the sink today. Yes, and that will be a little bit ratchet, but I hope you guys don't mind. So yes, I have my coffee here because I am pretty sure that it will be a long night. I also have to get ready for tomorrow because I'm going out with my boyfriend, or not going out, we're going to the movies, and then I have a glass of water here. That is really not interesting. Let's dye some hair, guys. Yes, so here we go again. Round 2 of hair dyeing. Now, this time, I just did it in the sink. I was over it at this point, guys. So, same thing here. Work fast, massage, squeeze them a little bit. However, this time I left them for 35 minutes. Okay, so now when you've seen all of that, which was a lot, I just decided to include all of it, even the mistakes in this video, because I mean, I am not a professional. Like, I am a makeup artist, guys. I shouldn't know anything about hair. I should just go to a hairdresser and do my hair. But the thing is that I've touched on this a little bit before, but like I don't really trust hairdressers because my experience. Okay, so whenever I've ever gone to the hairdresser and asked for red hair, or you know, a red brownish hair color, I have always left the hairdresser with either purple hair, burgundy hair, which is just basically a little bit of purple in it, like dark, or just, you know, purple. I've been leaving the hair salon with purple hair a lot of the times, and I've just been so disappointed. And when I started, like when I did my hair, I think I did my hair the first time, like, I don't know, 8 years ago or something. Like this, like my purple experiences was like way back in time. I had a fetish for red hair like in even in middle school, so yeah, it's been a long time. I've been through the like hairdressers, you know, professional coloring of hair, all of that. Like I've been to the hairdresser I've been there so many times I can't even count. I've never been, like, I was never happy with how my hair came out. So I started to do my own hair, and yeah, sure, it wasn't perfect, but I, like, when I wanted to go blonde, I got my hair blonde. You know, maybe it wasn't very even, but I got it blonde. And the same thing with the red hair. When I started to dye it red, it actually, it was red. It was a little patchy, but it was red. What I'm trying to say here is that I'm not telling anyone not to go to the hairdresser, because I obviously want any hairdresser out there to be able to pay their bills and to do the thing that they love. But personally, I feel like me dyeing my hair red is not, like, I love it. It's like a fun thing to do, so I don't mind doing it myself. And I know that there will be a lot of people out there telling me that box dye is not good for the hair. Go to a hairdresser instead. Don't be so cheap. Just pay for it. I feel like no. I feel like I'm doing fine. So yeah, anyways, I'm rambling again, I'm sorry. What I didn't show you though was that, like, I did wash all of my extensions with that purple shampoo, but what I didn't show you was that I did go out and buy a purple semi-dye, purple semi-permanent conditioning hair color. God, like my nails today. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I look so like infomercial-ish. It is the violet one from Riche Directions, and I just mix a little, like a tiny, like that much. I don't know if that will tell you anything, but definitely like let's say half a teaspoon of this in my hair mask, and I just put it in my extensions, and that just it did the trick. Okay, so here I have a lot of different semi-dyes. This is the violet one that I just talked about. I have Carnation Pink, which is just basically a pink semi-dye. I also have a green semi-permanent dye, all from the same brand. This is the Riche Directions. And then I also have my Ride or Die Revlon Nutri Creme in 600. Now this I use all the time. However, it is in the color Fire Red, so it didn't really do much on my already orangey looking extensions. So what I tried out first was to basically mix, okay, maybe I should explain this a little bit for you guys. So when I went to makeup school, well, we learned about you know, you guys have probably heard about color correction when you use makeup, like to cover up your dark circles underneath your eyes, you use like a peachy shade or like an orange shade. And you know, some colors, I don't know what it's called. I think that it's called, so this is basically what I'm trying to explain here. Like I don't know where my English went the past 24 hours. I'm sorry, but this is what I am talking about. So we got, I'm just gonna put the color wheel up here. So let's say that I would color correct a photo where I have gone a little bit too mad on the tanning situation, so I look orange. I would essentially use purple or blue as a filter over that photo to make me look a little less orange. I really hope that this makes sense. So yeah, basically green takes out red. That is why I have the green here, because this is the color that I used when I went dark brown. Green takes out red, like I said, and instead of bleaching the living out of my hair to like get the red tones away, I just use this. Every time I wash my hair, I put this in my hair mask and it would like neutralize the red tones. So that's definitely a, if you have red hair now and wants to go like darker, like a brown shade or black for like autumn or winter now, you could use green to like neutralize it. I also use this if I feel like my hair is a little bit too red, I use this. Now in this case we had the orange type of problem. My hair was a little bit too orange. So like we have the opposite color is actually blue, but then we have the purple. But I just felt like this is basically a purple blue color. So I kind of knew that it would balance it out a little bit and make it a little bit cooler in the tones. And the Carnation pink I sometimes put in my hair mask to get that like cherry type of tone. I mean, now I have a violet, so I might as well use that, but this is, I mean, you can use that as well. I mean, your hair won't turn pink, but don't use a lot. Like I said earlier before, like if you're using, like my hair ends like here and it's not very thick, so I use about half a teaspoon of this whenever I mix. So let's say that I made my own hair a little bit too cool in the tone, so my hair is basically a little bit violet-y. I would use a little bit of green in my hair mask because that kind of like neutralize and balance it out. I really hope that this makes sense. I know it's a lot to take in, but I feel like these little tips and tricks have been saving me a lot of money. I really recommend to stock up on these because it's amazing. I mean, especially for someone like myself that sometimes likes a little bit cherry red, sometimes a little bit of like the orangey, warmer type of red, and you know, it's nice. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. By the way, I don't know if you guys can tell, but in like this type of texture of my hair, or like these waves, they're actually the normal or like neutral type of like texture of the Bellamy BOO-GATTIs. So I think that this is kind of cool because I've been rocking this for like a couple of days now because my hair is also wavy like this. So whenever I go out, I usually wash my hair after because I use like a lot of hairspray and sometimes it gets in the extensions and I just want it out because hairspray is not good for the extensions. So I put them in a hair mask and now they are just really this like mermaid-y type of like texture, and I am like, I truly love it. So I don't always style my hair, but I will insert a clip here of me with straight hair just to show you guys that my extensions and my own hair are matching. Have in mind that I did not do anything to my own hair because I wanted this hair color, so I always use my hair color as a reference when I dyed my extensions or like when I washed them, just to like see if they were matching or not. So I did not touch my own hair at all. So yeah, I actually did manage to get this hair color. So what have we learned today? Well, I will not be using this one anymore. Garnier actually reached out to me after my very angry Instagram story, and they said that they would send me a lot of hair dye. I have not yet received that. So yeah, I'm not fucking with that brand anymore. So now to the new one. This is the Schwarzkopf, like you guys saw in the video. This is the Schwarzkopf 568 Intensive Red. So with the Garnier one, I used to have it on my extensions for about, I would say, a maximum of 15 minutes. I would not let the hair dye sit the entire time. Now, some of you actually told me that I shouldn't, like, before I did all of this, you guys told me that this kind of got a little bit mahogany, purpley-ish on the hair if you let it sit throughout the like entire time. It did not. I would say that this is definitely a warm toned hair dye. This is definitely not going to become purpley. This is like I would say that the base color in this hair dye is orange. For the next time, I will definitely let this sit the entire time. Also, something that I noticed was that the hair color looks a lot darker than it actually is when you wash it out. So there's also something to keep in mind. Just let it sit through, like, for the entire time that it's set on here. I don't know how long because I actually threw the manual away. This is an empty box, but I just kept it to like be all professional here. Yeah, that is that. This is also pretty affordable compared to the Garnier. I think this is like half the price or something. So yes. So like I said, this is a very warm toned hair dye. So what I would recommend you guys to do, to mix in a half a teaspoon of the Violet Riche Directions semi-dye with the Revlon Nutri Color Cream in your hair mask. So basically what I did was I took half a teaspoon of this, and then like basically, I don't know, 7 pumps of this, and I mixed it into my hair mask, and then I put it on my extensions. I let that sit for about, I would say, 15 minutes, and then wash it out, because this is also a little bit dark, and I noticed that my extensions got a little bit dark. I don't know if that actually, if that was just in my head, but they did look a little bit darker. So yes, that is that. And yeah, I don't really think that it was anything else. It wasn't really harder than that. I think I made it a little bit harder. I listened to you guys, of course, because I always do that. When you guys tell me that they would become like purple with this hair dye, the Schwarzkopf one, I freaked out, and I just felt like, okay, I can't let it sit for so long. And because the hair dye goes a little bit darker before you wash it out when it's processing, I couldn't really tell. So that was why I had to dye it twice. And also that was why I bought the like coppery type of hair dye as well. And I would not do that at all, because this hair color is definitely like orangey, warm toned ish. So solve it with a little bit of violet tones in there and you should be good. Yay! We did it! I can't believe I actually found a new hair dye. Yeah, this is the end result, and I am so happy, and thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was messy, but I just felt like I need to include all of this because this is like, it is a little bit of a messy situation doing things at home, but I love to do this. I like to experiment, and you know, maybe not this much. It was a little bit, I felt a little bit tired at the end of that week, and you should never ever dye hair extensions like that much, but I felt like because I'm sponsored by Bellamy, I have this opportunity to kind of be your guinea pig and do these things. Of course, I would never like ruin a pair of extensions just because I know that they might send me new ones. That's not the case at all, and I hope you guys know that. But I just feel like just let me do all of these things for you instead. So yeah, I'm happy, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. And if you guys want your own pair of Bellamy hair extensions, you can always use my coupon code. I will not shove it up your faces. Don't worry, I'll leave it right here. Like, I hate to push out my code. I don't know why, because like I'm really proud of my collaboration with Bellamy, but I sometimes feel like you watch these like YouTube videos of people like beauty gurus, right? And they have this like code with a certain type of like makeup company, and they're just like, use my code, and I can't do that. I'm sorry. But anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun. I did have a lot of fun. It was fun. And I now have a new way of dyeing my hair, and obviously the next time I get new hair extensions, they won't suffer through all of this, because I just feel like all of that washing and like styling them again and wash them again, and that's not good for the hair. I also got myself a new backdrop. I hope you guys are approving. It is a little bit green over here, which I'm not that sure of. I think it looks nice. Comment down below what you think. And yeah, if you like this video, then please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys. Now I'm on the outside.